delighted to be here at Electronica 2022, first time in 4 years. I'm even more delighted to be on the Mauser stand with Mark Burr-Lonnon, who is the Senior Vice President Global Sales for Mauser, and we're just going to chat a little bit about the distribution business from the Mauser viewpoint. So Mark, maybe first of all, can you just give us a little look back over 2022 and how that's been for Mauser?
Yeah, hey Mick, well thanks for spending some time with us. 2022 has just been another amazing year. So if we look back over the past 3 years, certainly the last two have just been growth that we never expected. So as we went into 2 years ago, we were about a $2 billion company. As we go out this year, we'll be about a $4.1 billion company. So there's not much which has been bad in the market for us. And if you look at the reasons why, I mean, obviously the market's been up, but we put a huge amount of effort into getting the inventory right, making sure that we're building new warehouses to put more inventory in, at the same time as adding new services to the website, adding global support all around the world. So it's been good in every sector for us too. So if we look at all the markets, it doesn't matter which one it is, we can't find any sector of our business which is not up. So.
And in terms of the inventory, I know obviously lead times were difficult. How have you handled that and making sure you have that breadth of product to keep your customers supplied?
Well, I'd be lying if I tell you it's not been tough. So some suppliers have been really good for us through this period of time, but allocation is always a really hard thing to deal with. But we've spent a lot of time working with all our manufacturers to make sure that we got as much inventory as we could. The thing for us is it's not about depth of inventory. So in some respects, it's been a little bit easier because for us, it's all about keeping that breadth for the design engineer. And when you're trying to keep the breadth, it's a lot easier than keeping the depth. So having discussions with the manufacturers about their new parts, their new technologies, the MPI things to get new things out into the market, we found it easier to get that than we have trying to get a running item which is going to go to lots of manufacturers in volume. So we focused on that. It's enabled us to grow the inventory worldwide. And if we look at it now, we're in great shape as we go into 2023 from an inventory standpoint. And we're almost going to 2023 with 2x the inventory that we went into 2022. So if we know that inventory is going to fuel our model, then 2023 should be a good year. Whatever happens, because it's going to be a tougher year next year, albeit a good year, I think so.
Just on, I know you extended your distribution centre, and kind of just give us a flavour of how that benefits Mauser and how that benefits your customers as well.
Yeah, I mean, we put a huge amount of automation into the warehouses. So the big thing for us is trying to get the product out as quickly as we can. So everything we do has been automation. Like we put in 125 vertical lift modules because we can't employ people who are 50 feet high. So we bring the inventory down to the people. And so that's the biggest installation anywhere in the world. We're going to add to that as we add a new warehouse. So we should be up over 200 of these vertical lift modules. We put in an auto store. So, that's just robots going around picking parts, and they pick parts very well and very efficiently. So automation is really helping us because every 5 minutes and 10 minutes to get it quicker through the warehouse gets it out to our logistics partners quicker, gets it to the customers quicker.
Okay, let's look ahead now to 2023. So how are you seeing things? We're reading about maybe lead times coming down a bit, the market softening a bit. Are you seeing some of that at Mauser?
Yes, but it depends what you're talking about. It's if you're looking at it from a passive standpoint, we're seeing a lot more product freeing up. From a connector standpoint, again, we're seeing a lot more product which is freeing up. So that's the good news.
Yeah.
Most design engineers, of course, start with the semiconductor, and there's still a problem. There's many manufacturers who are still not supplying any product out to 2024. Mm-hmm. I think some of that may come in, to be honest. I mean, it's getting harder now to predict. It's tough, but I got a feeling that the first half of 2023 for most of the semi guys, they're sold out. So probably sold out for the whole year. it depends how strong that order book really is once it all starts shipping. So I think as we get through the second half of next year, I think some of that's going to free up as more capacity comes on board, and the second half will be a bit easier for the customer for the back end of the year. But still a good market. It's going to be fun.
And average selling prices, are they softening up a bit now?
I'd say a little bit. I mean, as we went through the last 2 years, we saw a huge amount of price increases. It seemed like, every week and every month the prices were going up. So, as a distributor, you sit in the middle of that, and all you can do really is to keep your margins and put the price up. It's as simple as that. But no, we're not seeing the prices coming down much yet. But I've been in this market as long as you have, almost, Mick, and at some point the prices start to come down. It's just the way it is. So we're doing our budgeting for next year, and we know that some of the margins and some of the prices are going to affect that. So it's going to come down. Yeah.
So what are the challenges and opportunities for Mauser next year?
Well, inventory is still a big challenge, and that's not going to go away. I'd say the biggest challenge, though, probably is staffing. It's still really hard to get people. It doesn't matter whether it's warehouse people in Texas. It doesn't matter whether it's customer service people in Munich. It doesn't matter where they are. It seems like everywhere in the world it's really hard to get staff. You and I go to our favorite restaurants, and they say you can't sit there, sir, and you say, well, it's empty, and but you can't sit there because there's no servers. Yeah. It's exactly the same in our world. So
okay. And looking at key product trends, how do you see that over maybe 2023? Is there anything particular coming on the horizon that looks potentially promising?
I don't know. I mean, we sort of see it right across the board. So for us, everything's going up, and all the normal things. Whether it's 5G or IoT, you name it. So it's the same as it's really been for the last couple of years. I think the difference is going to be now is all the things that everyone's been talking about for the last 2 years, but haven't had the inventory to do it. Mm-hmm. The inventory is now going to be there to actually fuel that. Yep. And I had a meeting yesterday, and we were talking about fueling a tsunami of innovation, and that's really where Mauser fits. Is that for us, 17% of our inventory is NPI, so new parts, new technology, and that sort of sets us apart, really. That whichever market it is, wherever it's going in the world, they can buy it from Mauser. So it's we keep focused on that new technology.
And I mean, looking at the trends, you've been adding more and more lines through the year as well. I mean, that's potentially gives you more potential for growth.
Yeah, I mean, everyone always says you've got every line now. You must be running out of lines, and the answer is always no. I mean, and you walk around electronica here, and I've been in this industry a long time, and I keep seeing all these names I've never heard of. Yeah. And our product people are going around working out which new lines to sign, and I can guarantee, from this show, we'll probably sign another 30 to 50 lines. So it'll probably take us over to 1,300 lines, and it's got to the point now is, which lines don't you have? And the big ones we have them all, yeah. But it's really now the smaller niche ones, the sexy ones, the fun ones, and I think we'll see a lot more of those as new technology comes in different areas. So yeah, expect us to sign another 50, 75, 100 lines next year, and this exhibition helps us do that. Yeah.
And I think you actually announced one yesterday, Menlo Micro coming on board, which is RF switches, which is an interesting and promising market. Looks like potential for a lot of growth there.
Well, I hope so. I mean, we typically sign lines we hope we can grow with. That's sort of the plan. Sure.
But I'm assuming as well, the market's there as well, and RF and microwave is becoming growing market.
Yeah, well, RF and microwave is big for us as a company. So, again, what we look to do with new lines is try to infill things that we don't have or we don't have enough of. So again, that's another area whereby, we look at it and we say, we just need more in this area. And, people come to us with things all the time. And we had a great dinner last night, and they had all these people talking to me saying, we got this great new part, can we get it in on the Mauser website? And say, well, if it's something that fits, then we'll put it in stock, because We got 895,000 customers worldwide. Someone to buy it somewhere, yeah?
And just finally, we've seen one or two suppliers now sort of supplying customers direct. So tell us the value of partnering with a distributor.
I don't know. There's not that many doing it direct. I mean, yeah, there are some people doing that, but from a design standpoint and also from a buy-in standpoint, people like to pull it all together, whether it's a bill of materials from an engineering standpoint or whether it's from a buy-in standpoint. So when you can buy literally everything you want to buy for a bill of materials in one place, it's really hard, to go out to, 40, 50, 60 manufacturers and go on all their websites and things. You can do that, but mostly when someone's doing a design, they're buying 10, 20, 30 pieces, and our model fits very well for that, and I think that's been a secret of our success.
And it is a one-stop shop.
It's a one-stop shop, absolutely.
Okay, Mark Burr-Lonnon from Mouser Electronics, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mick.